What's up, guys? I hope you're ready because 30, the new 20, starts now. What's up, everybody? This is Chesley
and Deja.
Guys, we have a new topic for y'all today. Let's talk about some music, Deja. I know you said in the first episode that you like trap and you like a little R&B. I got a question for you. Who do you think is making big moves in the music industry, women-wise? Who's making big moves? Who are you listening to?
I don't really have like an artist, or I cannot say that I'm just a true fan of one particular person, but some names that I have been hearing a lot lately, and I've been trying to follow their music just to see what they're all about. Of course, you got your Megan Thee Stallion, and she's been doing really good since she's now number one with Beyonce with Savage Remix. I've been hearing the name Doja Cat. I've just heard a couple of her songs, and she's been doing some stuff with Nicki Minaj, and they've been doing pretty good. Outside of that, Jhené Aiko, she's on the R&B side. She's been having a good year. People have been giving good reviews about her album, Kalani.
You got more on the list than I thought you was going to have. I think a person that's probably making major moves in the industry right now, I'm a fan of Cardi B. And the only reason why I'm like such a big fan of hers is because she's an influencer politically, socially, for the culture and everything. She's just all around a good artist. And like recently, like with this Corona stuff and being in quarantine, she has like used her platform to a major way. Like every time something goes down, she's always coming back with a video like, hey, y'all need to make sure y'all go vote. Like last night, night before last, she had a video about going to vote, because I know like people are dealing with a lot of different events and stuff happening in the society. But like she has always used her musical platform in big ways to like influence the culture and move them on and pursue them. So I think she's pretty dope. That's one of the people that I listen to.
Yeah, and I think Cardi B has definitely grown since she's first came out. Because prior to her being known, I mean, she had always been doing music, but prior to her time on Love and Hip Hop, she definitely had a platform. And once she made her premiere on Love and Hip Hop, she kind of just got her foot in the door. And then when she did Bodak Yellow, she just took off, even though she already had prior music out. And she's just grown up. Like, she's a young girl. I think she's like 25 or just right there at 25, and she just trailblazing. She's a mom. She's definitely calmed down. She definitely speaks out and speaks for the people. So I like how she's relatable.
What you think about Megan Thee Stallion?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I don't. Like, I do like Savage Remix, and I tried to do a little challenge, but it didn't work out good. But I really don't know. It's like, my thing with some women, as they're in the music industry and they're rappers or call themselves rappers, it's like, I don't want to call them glorified hoes, because, you know, just because they don't wear a lot of clothes don't make them hoes. They're just very comfortable in their bodies and flaunt what you got because you love yourself. But I just feel like female rappers or artists, to me, they seem to speak aggressively and use bold language sexually to prove points. And I think women are so much more than just our bodies. So it's kind of just like, why you gotta say, I can do all this with my pussy and all that, when you can actually be a for real lyricist and speak truthfully about things going on, things you've been through, things that you're relatable to, and it's just not always about being a hot girl.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Megan, she's a younger version of what Cardi B used to be. Well, no, Cardi B, she still kind of do flaunt her body and stuff like that. But still, like, I think Megan's a lot of difference with her. She is in school, which is great, showing people that you can't go to school and do the same thing. But, like, you can. It's some tendencies where you should not do it and when you should do it, and I don't think she got to the point where she can figure out the difference between each both. With that being said, about people in the music industry using their body, how do you feel about this? How has the word bitch influenced culture in music?
I think it's no longer a derogatory term. Because it's just so many instances of it's like how people use the word nigga. Like, it used to be something derogatory and that people didn't like you saying, but now it's like it all depends on the context in which you use it. Like, black people, we call each other nigga this all the time, but the wrong person says it, or the context of which is being said to different people, it's now not acceptable. So I feel like saying the word bitch, like, I don't use it because I just think it's a derogatory term. Like, my friends don't call me, what up, bitch? And like, we don't do all that because I don't like the term. But it's just more acceptable. Like, it's just, so it's like how you call out your comrades. Like,
so you feel like bitches become like a norm word, like to introduce yourself to a female, like younger generation, or I don't know, is it Generation X? I don't know what it is. I don't know what the generation cute terms are. But for the word bitch for me it's the way it's said and the context it's in for some people. And like for me, like if a female call me a bitch, like that's a fighting term. Like some people take it as a fighting term. Like back in high school, somebody call you a bitch, that's a fighting word. Like we got to fight. Like there's no like, oh, hey bitch. No, it wasn't that back then. It was like we about to fight. But now it's like, bitch, please, girl, bye. You not all that shit. It's like a norm. Like it's okay to say it. And they say it like it's hot lava in damn songs like it ain't nothing. Hell, Megan Thee Stallion got a whole song about it. Of the word. And she spells it out. I don't know about Mama D, she ain't spell it too good, but I mean, they spell the word out. So, I mean, I don't know. I think in a sense that it does kind of influence the younger culture because the kids have so much access to internet and all this stuff. Like back then, you didn't really hear little kids cussing, but now it's just like you go out on the street, everybody's saying bitch and all this stuff. Like they cuss because they can see YouTube videos, they can see Instagram, all social media, they can see all this stuff, and like they have access to all these different streams of music. Because back then we was buying CDs, we couldn't stream no music nowhere. We just had LimeWire. We had LimeWire. You know what I'm saying? We just had those kind of sources, but then you put your LimeWire song on a CD, and so like you didn't have much access to it. But now your kids got access to everything, so they hear it and they think it's okay, which I think is wrong. Like I don't want me teaching middle schoolers. They feel like it's okay to say it because I know they use it all the time because I can hear them under their breath saying it, or in the hallway, or they try to say it in a different way. I know what y'all saying because I've been there.
Well, I just think like just in the culture and the time frame that we're in now, I just feel like people are taking words that back in the day were derogatory and demeaning. People are trying to take those words back and just turn it around to be, I don't want to say positive, but people are just wanting to reclaim disrespect, and they're trying to make these words that used to demean and put people down, they're just trying to change it, just take back over that word and say, I'm more than that word. I'm more than a bitch, or I'm more than a nigga. It's kind of weird, but it's just like, I mean, it's in our daily vocabulary now. Like, people just use it. Like, I really don't know how to explain that.
I just feel like that it's kind of a learned activity, just like the racism and stuff like that. It's a learned activity. Like you learn it from somebody. Like they learning it from the music. They hearing that word in music, so they thinking it's okay. So it's a learned behavior. Like all this stuff is learned behavior, and I just feel like we as people that are artists and all that kind of stuff, we have to change the culture. We have the ability to do it, and we need to take our platform and do it with that. All right, this may get touchy. I don't know. How do you feel about other races using or calling you a bitch? Like if somebody from another race call you a bitch.
I can honestly say I don't have that issue because I don't have any friends outside of Black people.
Okay.
And I've never been, like, I work with people of different races, but it's always very surface. It's always work related to why we're speaking, but I don't have any social people that I've been around that are of a different race, unfortunately. I mean, I would love to get to know a different culture, but I just haven't. I'm saying I don't have the access. I just never explored it. So I can't really say that I would be offended or I would feel some type of way. I've just never been in the situation to know how I would react. Now, on the car scene, because I am in a car club, I know some white people have used the N-word, and every situation or scenario it's been with that, everybody at that moment it'd be like that record scratch, like, you look too comfortable. We understand you cool and everything, but you ain't at the barbecue, okay? You ain't bringing the baked beans or the potato salad, so don't be doing all that.
I mean, in college I got called a bitch by a white person. And I remember like it was yesterday, we were outside because Obama had just won. And like all the Black people were like congregating in the one area and we were all like cheering and happy hugs and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden it went left real quick and a white boy called somebody a nigger, and then people started talking. Some girl looked at me, somebody called me a bitch. I said, wait a minute, hold on. So for me, in a situation like that, I feel like bitch is like another word for a nigga to me. When it comes to people of different races, don't call me no bitch, like at all. Don't use that word at me because I feel like that's another word for a nigga. Like that affects me to a point that I'm gonna whip your ass. And like for me, like at that moment, I was like, you know what? My degree is a little bit more than you. You said that word, I'm just gonna walk away because I don't want to get locked up because where I was, they lock my ass up and then that'll be it. But
So question, you said it affects you or it makes you feel some type of emotional way when somebody outside your race calls you a bitch, but you allow your friends to call you one? Or say it in a comrade type of verbiage?
They really don't use it like that though. Like really, they really don't.
But I'm just saying, okay, so if a Black person did call you a bitch, you gonna take it in
the same I'm gonna take the same way. We're gonna fight.
But what if they're not using it in the context of being disrespectful? You gonna let that slide over a white person?
No.
Okay, so it's just like that don't make no sense to be like, okay, oh yeah, girl, yes, bitch, to your Black friend, but then your white person trying to come.
I typically don't say that though, like yes, bitch, or something like that.
I understand, but I'm just saying like that don't make no sense. If a white person like, yes, bitch, get it, bitch, and y'all you twerking or doing something in the club, you gonna be mad at them because they call you bitch. I don't know, be calling me no bitch, like.
It's the way you say it. It's the context of it.
That's why I don't use it at all. Because if I'm going to say it, I mean it. If you hear me say bitch, I mean it to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be nice about it. Okay. I mean, don't even call me a bitch like that. I don't know. That's what y'all kids I done turned 30 and I just be like, ooh, child. Like I'm 85.
Okay, so that brings up another one. So, you think in your 30s, it doesn't really matter if people use that word towards you. You don't.
Well, I don't give people a reason to. And always, it's about boundaries. And I think now in this generation, with Generation X or just period in the year of 2020, the new millennium, I think society does not have any boundaries at all.
True.
People don't know how to keep certain things to private. I understand we want to be free, we want to be liberated, we want to do what we want, but some things are just like you have to have limits to what you say, to what you do, and like a lot of that stuff, it really does come back and bite you in the ass, and they don't really understand that. That's just people who are famous and they've said things back in the past, and then they bring it up new tweets, and everybody wants to screenshot and prove something wrong about you. People just be so free, and they just don't understand that you have to have a limit to what you say. Your words stick and matter.
So it is important that words do matter. That's one thing I do tell my students, that words do matter. And like, half the time in music, I don't even understand what the hell they're saying. Like, they say, I have to have the kids interpret what they're saying to me. But I mean, I do hear the curse words, but other than that, I can't interpret what they're saying anyway. Like, the way rap music has gone right now is kind of like rock mixed with rap at the same time. So, that being said, like, I do tell my students a lot that these songs and what they see on these Instagram videos and YouTube videos, it's all a fantasy. Half the stuff they don't even own or have. And like, they see this one thing and that's how they want to be. That's how they want to live their life. And a lot of them are really just kids trying to be something that they're not. And they just look to these artists as if they're just like gods, and they glorify them in a certain way. And I feel like we as people have to get to a point where we change the way we react and the way we act with music, so they can learn from that, because they learn from us. So they think it's okay.
Well, I just have to, I mean, it's like, in a sense, you can't really blame the newer rappers. I wish they would enunciate and pronounce real words, but they're coming from places where they didn't have much. They don't know the responsibility of having so much money. They do put on these facades, of how they think they're supposed to live. They think they're supposed to demean women. They think they're supposed to have flashy cars and, buy all these thick chains and stuff. But then you hear that they're not responsible with paying their taxes. Then they're not being responsible with paying other bills. A lot of things that they have, instead of buying stuff to own it, they're renting it out, and they get caught up in so much other stuff that it hurts them in the long run. They're not getting financial literacy as they're making more money. They don't really know how to be responsible. It's just like flash, flash, flash. I got it. I'm going to show you. And I want you to know I'm rich. But there's so much value where they can keep monetizing and increasing what they now own or have. And some of them don't even own their own music and stuff. And
Right.
They get caught up in these contracts they can't get out of. They're just like, all I seen was some zeros that I ain't never had in my bank account, and that's just where I'm at with it. So
Let me get my mama a house, and then that's it.
So I just wish people would follow the old heads that have been in the game for a while and listen to them to see, like, okay, I don't want to make the same mistakes. Yeah, I know I want to get my family straight, but let me do it in the right way so that my children's 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 children, but the money don't stop. My place, my platform is going to give longevity to my family, my bloodline. But, child, they be doing drugs and all kinds of shit now.
Bitches and hoes and all this stuff. Like, it ain't even confident. Half of them, and be honest with you, most of them be married. And like, for me, if you were a wife, how would you feel your husband? Like, I would be like, hold on, you got to be a point where you got to stop, baby.
Well, they're at a point with making so much money. Money trumps a lot of things. And people think money buys happiness, but people just find themselves in darker situations. That's why they try to use money to cover what they really feel. And that's why you have so many artists that have these mental issues.
Taking their life.
And I appreciate the ones that are honest about the things they experience with their mental health due to being in the industry, but I wish people would just pay attention and just know that it's not just about the money. It's not just about the fame. It's still real life. You still have to be a human being. You still have to, I don't know, child.
You gotta go beyond the music sometimes. You gotta go beyond the words and the lyrics. So
Yeah.
Like using those derogatory terms, like you got to go beyond that. And I wish that children or young people can like go beyond it, and it takes them time because they have to develop that mentality.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our podcast for right now. We'll be coming back with another topic on our next show, so please tune in. Follow us on Instagram at 30 the new 20. That's 30 the THANEW 20. That's 20 on Instagram, and you can also stream us on YouTube.
Please subscribe.
And you can also stream us on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Thank you for tuning in, guys.